Welcome back to Gale Force Winds Season 4.
The Gale Force Winds podcast is proudly sponsored by the Newfoundland and Labrador Construction Association. The NLCA provides unparalleled opportunities for its members through industry education, construction information, government advocacy, and networking events. The NLCA is building Newfoundland and Labrador. For more information, visit nlca.ca.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Finfin-Krezanowski, one of the directors here at Cardinal Points Turks and Caicos. And this afternoon, I have the great pleasure of speaking to Charles Firlotte. So, Charles, tell us a bit about yourself.
Sure thing. I was born and raised in northern New Brunswick in eastern Canada, and I grew up in that part of the world, was educated there, and went to graduate school at the University of Ottawa. Along the way, worked in that city for a few years and then moved to the U.S. and began my career.
That's pretty impressive. So what are you doing now? Like, what is it that's driving you now?
Well, I had a corporate career that spanned, Canada, the U.S., and the United Kingdom. I lived in England for 4 years, and that was in the corporate world. And I, several years back, became a CEO, Chief Executive Officer of a regulated utility in Connecticut. Was in the water distribution and treatment business, and so I was about 16 years in the corner office, and took my leave and retired from there at the end of 19, just before COVID hit, and started doing consulting. And for the past 3 to 4 years, I've been spending a lot of time in the beautiful Turks and Caicos.
Fantastic.
With the HAB group, which is a combination of regulated utility infrastructure and property development, and having a lot of fun with it, and doing stuff like this, giving back and looking at ways and means that I can help others to improve themselves and the companies they operate.
That's pretty impressive, Charles. Can you tell us a bit of, a bit of history of how you ended up here in the Turks and Caicos?
Well, I had taken my leave from Aquarion, the regulated entity where I was CEO for several years, and really was looking to perhaps do a couple of board positions and do some consulting. And I got a call from a recruiter in Manhattan and asked me about this role working with the HAB group, and it was about not only supplying clean potable drinking water to the island on Providencialis, but also looking at ways and means of developing certain properties. The company had a lot of land and has a golf course, of course, the only one on the 18-hole golf course on the island. And that just seemed like a lot of fun and a great sort of second career for me. So that's what I've been doing.
That's incredible. And you have the opportunity to do it in the beautiful Turks and Caicos.
It's exactly right. The beaches behind us here are the most beautiful in the world, bar none. And the island itself, of course, you grew up here.
Of course, born and raised.
Born and raised,
yes.
And there's nothing quite like it. So incredibly blessed to be here and loving the journey.
That's amazing. And you get to wake up to the beautiful Grays Bay Beach.
I do.
Voted the world's best beach.
I do.
How lucky are you?
I'm very lucky. And then I go back to the Northeast. And brave the northeastern winters as well. So I get both ends of the continuum when it comes to climate and weather.
Right, and it's the best of both worlds.
Correct.
That's pretty impressive. So what's over the horizon for you?
Well, I'm having fun, and as long as I'm having fun, I'll keep doing and contributing. I serve on the board of the HAB group here. I was on the board of NB Power, which is a energy electrical supplier or utility in Eastern Canada for several years, was chairman for 3. And I love working with companies and helping them become a better version of themselves. And so, you know, I enjoy doing coaching, executive coaching, and working with high functioning teams.
That's incredible. And I know from being on island and seeing the HAB group in the news, I know your company, you're big on giving back and community expenditure, taking care of the youths on the island, education. Is there any particular program that stands out that you've been a part of that means something to you?
Well, we've supported kids going back to school. We've supported young men and women entering universities, financially supporting their journey. We've supported athletic teams and community programs. So there's a wide range of activity that we've supported in the philanthropic and community support realm.
That's pretty impressive, and I applaud company like yours that give back so much to these beautiful islands, give back to the youth, the community, and of course the environment. So cheers to you on that front.
Thank you. It's a pretty important part of what we do.
Right.
Providing employment to men and women on the island is something we're very proud of and take seriously. So it's been a fun time.
No, it is, and like I said, I appreciate that you're not only giving back to the men and women that power your organization, but you're giving to their offspring, you're giving to their cousins, you're giving to the whole community as a whole, and that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty impressive. So it's been a real joyride.
That's good. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would suggest that I think one's career is incredibly important. A number of people don't give sufficient time and attention to their career. They treat it as a job, as a means to an end, a paycheck. And I think it's more than that. And I think career is something you deserve to respect.
I agree.
And spend some considerable time contemplating and thinking about, and if you're not happy, looking at making some changes. And that's kind of been my philosophy, and it has worked over the years. So the world has changed, of course, in the 4 decades that I've been working. Some incredible change, and of course the COVID from 2020 onward has made some irrevocable, irretrievable changes in the workplace. But you ride with the punches with it. But I think it's about paying attention to what you do in life and the career you have, and how you can deal with the turbulence that inevitably comes and come out of that a stronger individual.
Well said, well said. With that said, what are some of your inspiration?
I find inspiration in little things. I enjoy being inspired by, the sunrise in the morning and the sunset at night. And I am incredibly grateful for life's blessings, how the adage of thank God for small mercies. And so I don't sit and wait for large inspirational clasps of thunder from the heavens to hit. I try to be inspired by things little and small in life, and to be grateful for it. And if that is the beauty of a snowfall in the northeast of Canada or the U.S. or any other parts, or if it's a beautiful sunset or sunrise here, or the meandering river as to how it takes its flow, I take inspiration from that.
That's beautiful. Well said. Well said. Well, thank you so much for sitting with me this afternoon.
Pleasure, Eleanor.
Our meeting was a bit unconventional because had someone told me that I would be sitting here at the beautiful Regent Grand interviewing you, I would say no way. But here we are, and the conversation is great. I am inspired by you and your story, so thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, it shows that you can pivot, and that you have an ability to enter showtime on a moment's notice, which is pretty impressive as well.
I try. Well, thank you for joining me and joining Gale Force Win. We really appreciate having you on
Thank
today.
you, Eleanor.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you for tuning in to Gale Force Wins. That's Gale Force Wins, WINS.com.